Consistency is a very underutilized word and action in our culture because everything is about right away, right now, instant gratification. If you want to know where your life is going, let's talk about what you've been doing pretty much every day, or at least every week, for, let's say, the last 5 years. That's going to tell a great story. So, somebody who's been going to the gym a few times a week for the last 5 years, what kind of shape you think they're going to be in? Versus somebody who doesn't get exercise, doesn't go to the gym, they have no time on their 168 devoted to their body. What do you think their body is going to be like? What kind of shape you think they're going to be in? Finances are the same. Somebody's been setting aside a little bit of money month after month after month. It's going to take a little while for it to show up. Boy, you talk about instant gratification and delayed gratification. Money is like that. It's like compounding interest. You have to have some money to work with before it can start compounding. So you have to put it in consistently, and it takes time. But if you haven't put any away in, say, the last 5 years, where do you think you're going to be? Exactly. If you haven't put any time in on the creative projects that you want to do, where are they going to go besides nowhere? And it's a lot because we get into an illusion, and I find this with people. They'll say, oh, if I could just, well, maybe you can't. Certainly you can't now. Well, if I could just do this full time, well, you're going to have to put a plan together to transfer from where you are right now and what you're doing right now full time to getting to that place full time. But in the meantime, it's not going to happen. But what can happen is small amounts of time and focus can go into that next step consistently, a little bit, and you'd be amazed at how much it builds. Like, I think maybe about 10 years ago, I started doing an annual edit of my house and property. And okay, so the first year, I hadn't really done it in a long time. It was arduous and challenging, and got rid of a lot of stuff and repurposed and blah, blah, blah. And then the next year was kind of more of the same, and the third year and the fourth year. And like I say, I'm about 10 years into it. You know how long it takes me to edit my stuff? I don't know, 10 minutes? I mean, really. But it was because I did a little bit consistently over time, year after year after year. And I didn't try to eat the whole elephant at one time. How do you eat the elephant? Yep, a bite at a time. And so when you say how much is enough, that's a great question. And how much is enough is what's going to move the needle. And not only out in the outside world or environmentally or externally, but also inside of you. How are you going to feel good? How far do you got to take something and then you're going to feel good? Because I'll tell you, the biggest thing that we have to guard is our self-esteem. The self-discipline can kind of come and go at times. That has to do with being connected to your vision. It has to do with lots of different factors. But you cannot mess around with your self-esteem. You have to feel good about yourself. You have to. And to the extent that you don't, looking at why and what you can do is like the best use of your time, in my opinion. And to consistently work on developing your self-esteem. I mean, there are things that I do simply because I know from a self-esteem standpoint, I'm going to feel really good, satisfied, pleased, content. And then there's a willingness to do more. And that's what this game of life is all about. It's bit by bit by bit. And you just build on it. But you got to know what you're building. And when you know that, then you can do it consistently. And if you got your hands in too many pies, then think about saying to yourself, like every minute, Just do what's necessary. In Vitalogy, we call that a declarative statement. I tell myself that constantly because I have a lot of things going on, a lot of things I want to do. And that's great. It's wonderful. I'm excited that I'm engaged with life, but there's a liability with it. And that is I can get spread too thin. And when I get spread too thin, I don't get anything done. And then I don't feel good about myself. And then it's not a good day. So to avoid that, I start with, hey, only do what's necessary. What do I got to do here to move the needle? And I grow a little food. I practice something called permaculture. And what's wonderful about it is it's never done. There's always more to do. There's always more to do. And the trick is to figure out how much I can do in the amount of time I want to spend to get something done and feel good about it. And part of the result is growing really good, healthy, tasty food. I love doing that. And it's very healthy for me. And I get a lot of value. And nature is like a teacher for me. So there's a lot of extrinsic and intrinsic value that I'm deriving from it. So look at what you spend your time doing. What have you been doing consistently over the last 5 years? And how is that serving you? And maybe there's a little bit of substitution. Send me a comment about what you'd like to substitute. What for what? Yeah, because that's how we're going to get on with the game of life together. So like and subscribe to the channel, and let's continue this conversation. But in the meantime, good, better, best. Never let it rest until your good is better and your better is your best. See ya.